Hey guys, Ash from Off-Grid Mojo here, and I'm here with the quad, just the riding section today. I'm going to show you a few things about it. I picked it up 2 days ago from Ben at Trisled in Morwell, and been doing the fit out ever since. Again, so I just want to show you some things about the quad. I just took it for a little maiden voyage just to test her out with the work that I've done on it. So basically I've got a solar panel on the top there, and hang on, I'm still trying to learn this gimbal, this Mavic DJI gimbal thing. Okay, so this solar panel, it's 211 watts and it's a Gioco. It's an Italian brand, very good. It was quite expensive, but I wanted a very thin one, so it just didn't add too much more weight. So what I've done I have got a 5mm piece of corflute there, and I've sikaflexed the panel to the corflute, and I'll show you underneath what I've done. There's the roof framing of the quad. And I've used a few zip ties here and there to, hang on, let's get this gimbal going. A few zip ties here and there, and also I sikaflexed it quite liberally in the middle, and then I clamped everything down, and then I did beads of sikaflex down the seams on either side and all the way around as well. And I used a bit of white gaffa tape as an extra bonding type situation. So I just took it for a spin, and the electric motor works really well. You really do feel the difference, especially when you're going up a hill. I know I don't have the trailer on the back at the moment, and the trailer's not finished yet either, so that's going to add a heap more weight, which we'll only be able to tell how good that's going to be once it's all done and all the equipment's inside the trailer itself. So anyway, what I did is I got a toolbox from Bunnings, and I've repurposed. I put the e-bike battery inside this box because there's a solar charge controller over here. I'll leave the link for this in the description. Basically what that is, it's a step-up converter and a charge controller for solar as well. So basically, when the trailer's not attached to the quad, I can still charge this e-bike battery with the solar panel through this charge controller here, and I can also charge this e-bike battery from the trailer's main battery system as well. So for me to have been able to do that, I needed to put a couple of bus bars in, a heap of Anderson plugs, as you can see, drill the holes in the back, and put in these special exterior plugs that become watertight and weatherproof, dustproof, etc. when not in use. And both of those lead back to the trailers, the modules, battery system as well. So that's what we've done there. And yeah, the thing I've worked out with wiring is what you think, or what I think, is going to take a couple of hours. I usually need to multiply that by a factor of 3 at least, because just wiring up this box the way I have took me a whole day, and then, you know, sikaflexing the solar panel to the corflute, and then the corflute to the frame, etc., and all that, and then that was another day just there. So that's 2 days work. This box here and this solar panel and corflute configuration up here, that's 2 days work. Give you an idea of how slow these sort of things go. Anyway, we'll close that up, and I just wanted to talk to you about my first maiden voyage without the trailer. As you can see down here, we don't have a differential, basically. There's no diff, and it's only propelled by the left back wheel. Now, I had a very slight incline, a gravel road or bike path incline, and it was real sloshy, mate. I couldn't get up. I had to actually get off the quad and push up this tiny little hill. So that is going to be an issue. I can see that down the track being a real issue. So I don't know whether bike paths are going to be, you know, feasible. It's just going to have to be tarmac, sort of asphalt type situation, I think. But that being said, I just met a very interesting lady on the track on the Great Southern Rail Trail where I tested this quad out, and she had a little Shetland pony in a cart, and she was travelling along like that, and we struck up a conversation. Lovely lady. She told me she has a key that was given to her by the committee, the Great Southern Rail Trail Committee, to unlock all the locks of the gates so she can get her horse and cart through. So I thought, wow, that's cool. Maybe I'll give the guys a call or an email and see if they'd be amenable to giving me a key as well. I mean, I'm not a rat bag or anything. I'm certainly not going to cause any trouble and always close the gates. But the issue is that back left wheel, how it slips, and the Great Southern Rail Trail is gravel all the way with inclines and stuff, and I just, with the trailer on the back, I think I'm going to come into trouble. But I guess the only way to find out is to bloody well do it, if I can. So that's what we'll do. So that's basically it there, guys. I'm going to call it a day today. I'm a bit tired, and I'll come back tomorrow and start doing the trailer. There it is there. A lot of junk on it at the moment because the room is at a premium in here. I'm in a storage shed putting all this together. There's the insulation over there ready to go in. The insulation, and there's the sheets of corflute over there behind the cardboard box. So basically the corflute, the whole thing will be skinned in corflute, right? And then the insulation will be sikaflexed to the corflute. So the corflute will be going on the outside, and then these bats will be sikaflexed to the inside with a special kind of an adaptation. So basically, where all these channels are, I'm going to route out channels in these insulation bats and sikaflex them on from the inside onto the corflute and over the bars, over the frame, and that's going to hold everything nicely into place. And then as I'm doing that, I'll do all the electricals, the lights and everything else, and then the last but not least will be the roof. I've already got the solar panel for the roof. It's actually up there on my van. Just need to take that off and bring all my electrical system out of that van and retrofit it into here, which will be a piece of cake because I've done it a gazillion times before, so it's nothing new to me. This is a very exciting time for me, guys. I've been through the absolute ringer with family and friends over, you know, everyone just thinks I'm an absolute nutcase, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but for me, I just can't live. I can't justify paying rent or hocking my soul for a mortgage on a house that I don't actually live in and enjoy living in it because I'm too busy working my guts out trying to pay off this ridiculous mortgage for a house and land that just, in my humble opinion, ain't worth it. It just is not worth it. It does nothing but cause me stress over the years when I've owned those things and had nice cars and nice houses. It did nothing for my inner peace. If anything, it made it worse. So this is one of the main reasons I'm doing what I'm doing. And as I said on video, cataloguing everything to, you know, try and showcase that you don't need to hock your soul and buy into the interest slavery system. That being said, this particular way, that I've done this, and Ben's fabricated this vehicle for me, is expensive. If you look at it as a bicycle with a trailer on the back, it's extremely expensive. You know, it's a tad under $40,000. I mean, the actual riding section here itself was 12 with a bafang and a roll-off speed hub. Now, the roll-off speed hubs, they're like $2,300 just themselves. The bafang with the battery and everything, that's got to have been well over $1,000, I would imagine. And then the trailer itself was $8,000, so it was $20,000 just for the bare shell of this trailer and the quad as well. 20 grand. Now, I've got nearly 20 grand's worth of equipment, electrics and stuff to go in this. I've got a 1600 watt pure sine wave inverter, and a lot of people would think, well, that's overkill, you don't need that in your living area, and you're correct, I don't, but I run a lot of tools, I do a lot of work on the road here and there, and I need power to run my equipment, and that's why that is the way it is. Otherwise, you know, I just would have gotten maybe a 350 watt pure sine wave inverter and be done with it, because really, while I'm living in this module, the only thing I'm really doing is using my laptop and you know, basically charging phones, iPads, etc., lights, so there's no real need to have a massive inverter, except if you need your tools, and I do, so that's the reason why. Running out of things to tell you now, guys, but you sort of get the idea of where I'm going with all of this. Just the systems in society don't suit me. If I stay in the one place for too long, I start to sort of get a bit sketchy. I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I like to move around, and I don't like being subservient to corporate entities in terms of power, renting, and all the rest of it. At this moment in time, I think it's absolutely insane what's happening around the country, around the world. Absolute mayhem, and you know, you would have thought that housing prices and renting would have gone down to sort of balance out the ridiculousness of what's happening in the world, but it's gone the other way. I mean, who could have foretold that? Little ditty. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Here is the e-bike battery charger, and I've retrofitted it so it can be put into my little toolbox, battery electrical box over here, with various ways of charging it. I've got one for the solar, I've got one for the inverter, and I've got the mains power one as well if I ever need it. So that was a bit of fun. It doesn't look real good, and to be honest, it ain't, but I'm not too concerned about that. It's not something that it's going to be viewable anyway, so it'll probably live in that toolbox most of the time and very rarely use it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and just quickly I'll give you a kind of an idea of what it actually feels like to ride this quad without the trailer. The feeling of freedom is it's incredible, and having a roof that will offer some protection from rain. Not a lot, because look, there's a huge gap on the sides. My feet will be covered with the roof goes over the feet, and the back section comes out a little bit as well, so that should cover me for the back, but the sides are right open. But I didn't want to do a fully enclosed driving section because I like the feeling of the wind in my hair, so to speak. And I like that feeling of openness, and I didn't want to be hemmed in. And I've also heard these little small spaces in velomobiles and that get really hot very quickly, and I just don't want that at all. I'd rather have a little bit of rain coming in on the sides, you know, rug up, have my wet weather gear on when needed, and then in summertime, summertime, which we're coming into spring now soon, you know, having that area open and having the wind pass over me to cool me down, because I am going to be doing quite a few Ks, so to speak, on this little number. Anyway, Ben from Trisled, has named this rig Semi-Apocalypse. You can actually find his little video of the clips he's made of the build progress right up to handover, and it's a great little video. It goes for nearly 10 minutes, and you get to have a really good look at the whole process and stuff like that. I'll just quickly say the seat down here is suspended. It's got a suspension system. Originally I wanted to get a V-Love Armadillo, but unfortunately the boys over there at V-Love no longer sell them to the general public. They did, Per was telling me they did originally, and there is a video of an Asian guy travelling through, I think, China, 5,000 k's or something through China with